while Americans get wall-to-wall Islamophobia in our media, in the commentary of our politicians, luckily, Tucker Carlson decided to push back against our own president's mocking of the Muslim faith. And you're about to hear what he had to say next. Take a look.
Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. Oh, I get it. We can't support that.
Tucker has come a long way. If you had told me, I don't know, in 2012 that Tucker Carlson would be a leading voice on the right in pushing back against a Republican president's Islamophobia, I wouldn't believe you. But I commend him for that commentary. And Trump has responded to his monologue, Cenk, saying that Tucker's a low IQ person that has absolutely no idea what's going on. He calls me all the time. I don't respond to his calls. I don't deal with him. I like dealing with smart people, not fools. Smart people like the ones who manipulated your dumbass into invading a foreign country because you were persuaded that it would only take a few short weeks to accomplish regime change in a country of 92 million people. Maybe you're the dumb one. Maybe consider that.
Yeah, so look, as you guys know, I grew up in a secular Muslim family. We weren't very religious, but we're Muslims, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I feel like my whole life I've had to apologize for it in some weird way because our media is so grotesquely bigoted against Muslims. And so I'm atheist now, but I haven't seen anyone stick up for Muslims in this country as much as Tucker Carlson has. This is not his only time doing it. He has done it now repeatedly. Now, if you say, hey, he said bad things about Muslims before, I know, I reported on that, right? So if you're not going to give grace for a guy who has turned around and actually walked the walk and told his millions of viewers that they shouldn't hate Muslims, that Muslims and Christians shouldn't be fighting, shouldn't be at war, we shouldn't be killing Muslims, then you got no grace in you. Okay, so I love that he turned around like this, and I'm deeply appreciative of it. Now I hear some people telling me that no, you must reject Tucker Carlson anyway. No. So what that doesn't mean that it's binary and then I have to agree with everything Tucker says and Tucker has to agree with everything I say, okay? But if you say to me, this is the one guy who's actually now, what he just said there, let alone all the other things he said that we've covered earlier, is more decent and humane than anyone in mainstream media. I've never seen people in mainstream media do that. I've only seen them smear us over and over and over again, right? Now I can't believe this, but some on the left are saying, no, you have to reject him. But brother, I'm a marginalized community. Muslims are about as marginalized as it gets in this country, constantly declaring war one time after another against Muslim countries. And now there's an ally or a couple of allies, including Tom Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene on the right, and they're saying, stop the war against Muslims, stop killing Muslims. And you want me to reject them? You want Muslim Americans to reject those allies? You're out of your mind. We're not going to reject them on this issue. We're just not going to. And if you say, no, Muslims aren't that important, well, you sound like a right winger. Or I should say, what the right wingers used to be. Now a lot of them are not on that side. So I'm not going to submit to rejecting a guy who is doing a decent thing and telling and convincing a huge portion of this country to not hate Muslims. And if you're asking Muslim Americans to do that, it is a very unfair ask. And by the way, you think it's just me? Go to any Muslim American event. They are incredibly grateful for what Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene are saying. I've gone to a lot of them, and that's what they all tell me, okay? So if you're not in that community, please don't lecture us about how we have to reject our allies and people who are being decent to us, especially in a moment where Trump and Israel are threatening annihilation of Muslims. No, we're not going to reject that ally. And it's absurd for people to ask that.
One other thing I'll just quickly add is, at the core of Christian religion, which is something that Tucker Carlson is obviously very passionate about, is the notion of redemption and forgiveness. And I think that's one of the best, tenets of Christian religion. And showing grace isn't just done out of morality. If you're simply only thinking about what you want to accomplish in this country, you can't accomplish it by having partisan brain rot. You accomplish it by building coalitions, showing grace and bringing people in. So
yeah, and by the way, the excuse that a lot of other folks used was, oh yeah, but did he reject Trump? If he didn't reject Trump, it doesn't count. No, wait, it does count. You're talking about my community and you don't speak for my community. And on top of that, yes, he has now totally rejected Trump and literally in this segment called him evil and the opposite of a good Christian. So if you're asking for a bigger rejection than that, then you're being totally unreasonable. How much of a bigger rejection can you get than Trump is evil and you should watch out for him? Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to agree with Tucker on everything. Please get out of binary brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
that's a really good point.
I mean, so because I don't agree with him on regulation or taxes, I have to reject his help on war and Israel and how we treat Muslim Americans? No, that is an absurd way of thinking. I was looking at some Earth Day and climate change designs on Shop TYT and really wanted to order a few shirts. I was ready to check out, but then I realized I left my wallet in another room. It's so frustrating. I really didn't want to get up and look for it. Then a light bulb moment. Shop TYT is powered by Shopify. And there it was, the familiar purple Shop Pay button. One tap and you're done. No getting up, no hunting for a card. That friction-free checkout experience is all thanks to Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform that powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Thanks to their hundreds of stunning pro-level templates, they can help your brand stand out from the pack and highlight what makes it different. They did for us. They make it even easier by bringing everything under one roof, managing your inventory, tracking payments, and analyzing your data. Plus, you've got built-in marketing tools and email campaigns ready to help you grow your audience. Oh, and that magic purple Shop Pay button that I mentioned. It's a game changer. It's the reason Shopify runs the highest converting checkout on the planet. See fewer carts go abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/TYT. Go to shopify.com/TYT. That's shopify.com/TYT. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.